When the sandwich can't even fold on itself, you know the shrimp po' boy about to go crazy. To start, we're gonna be using peeled and doodle-free shrimp. Now to these, we're gonna crack in a baby chicken, a nice spoonful of mustard, follow that with generous amounts of hot sauce. And then I like to season with some garlic powder, some ancho chili powder. We finish with a hefty pinch of salt. And then we're just gonna give this all a nice little mix. And the mustard and hot sauce are gonna form this really nice coating. And remember, if the color don't change, no flavor was gained. When it comes to a shrimp po' boy, I like a strong, briny sauce to cut through all those flavors. In a bowl, go in with some mayo. To that, we're gonna zest down a lemon. And whenever it's something seafoody, I like a lot of lemon zest. Get generous with some lemon juice. This next ingredient is optional but strongly recommended. Some beautiful capers. I don't want to toss them in whole, so I give them a quick rough chop and just toss them right in. Follow that up with some more Dijon mustard. Honey gets it sweet like you. To this, we're gonna introduce a little garlic powder. You could easily use fresh raw heartburn, but in this kind of sauce, I prefer the powder. To finish, we do a little chili powder and just a nice hefty pinch of salt. Usually, as soon as I'm done making any sauce, I toss it in the fridge instantly. It's gonna help concentrate all those flavors. So into the fridge we go. So our shrimp's been marinating for about 10-15 minutes. Nice, I spilled everywhere. It's time we make our dry batter. In a bowl, we're gonna drop in some Play-Doh flour. To this, I like to add a tiny bit of cornmeal. It's gonna give it those delicious crispy bits. And because you're not bland, you're gonna add in a little bit of garlic powder. Actually a lot. Lots of chili powder. Again, a very generous pinch of salt. Some smoked paprika. And then we finally finish with some black pepper. Again, don't you forget, you want the color of the flour to change. This is how you prevent bland fried food. I'm gonna be using my trusty Dutch oven to fry. I'm gonna get the oil to about 350, 360 even. We're frying these once and we want them to get nice and crispy. And keep in mind, shrimp cooks really fast. Grab the beautiful shrimp and let the excess moisture drip off. Toss it into the flour and cornmeal. Cover these with your dry hand. Drop them into the oil and away from you. These literally just take about 1 to 2 minutes. Always onto a wire rack when you drain them. For a po' boy, you want to use a nice and fluffy sub roll. To toast, I'm going to smear on a little bit of mayo. And I'm just letting it roll in my panini press back there. To make this whole operation healthy, I like thin cuts on a tomato. Always seasoned with a nice pinch of salt and a little black pepper. And the last vegetable that we want on the sandwich is a little bit of iceberg lettuce. I just stack them and just get really thin shreds like this. And finally, it is time to assemble. On our sub roll, we drench the whole sandwich with a generous amount of sauce. Both sides, and don't be shy. We're gonna do our seasoned sliced tomato, our crispy shrimp, and then we finish with our shredded lettuce. The sandwich looks delicious. You gotta tuck in those elbows. And as always, now bismillah. That is just fantastic. 10 out of 10 experience. This is one of those recipes that gotta be sloppy.